While I was editing this video, I realized it was pretty negative. Just know that the prices are pretty much doing what they should, and I am putting more money into CS. Now let's get to the video. Well, this was a shocker to me. I have been vocal about my thoughts about the dwindling effect of the summer sale due to more people investing large amounts of money, eventually the goal of cashing out, as well as the increased use of third-party sites, but here we are. Some items have been absolutely decimated. Showing some screenshots I found through my time browsing Twitter, and some graphs of some items I currently hold, you can see how drastic the dip was. Many higher tier operation skins are seeing some massive drops. Since Valve has started adding new collections each operation, this has to be the hardest dip I have ever seen. That being said, in June the skin saw a massive jump, but again, we will get to that. Other items have seen a drop, but operation skins got hit the hardest overall. I bought a classic knife fade due to the CS20 case being moved to inactive after a short time in Prime and the non-Prime drop pool. Likely one of the lowest quantity collection of knives in the game. I bought it just after the update, and at the time I purchased the knife, it was lower than what it costs at any time, any point in the last 3 months. Since making that purchase, I am at an 8% loss. Now that may not sound like too much, but knives are a stable item, so that 8% might take months to recover. Outside of the stickers that were pumped hard during the hype, most of them have stayed fairly stable. I have been watching the investment challenge items to see where everyone is at, and so far the stickers are in the lead. Not because they have been super profitable, they just haven't gone down in price. Hopefully this can turn around soon. So let's talk about this summer sale and how I personally don't think it's the one to blame. It's obviously the largest factor, but I do think there is more to it. Granted, the prices can and probably will continue to fall further, but my assumption is that the worst is over for many of these. Let's take a look at some of these graphs, going through hyped, not so hyped, and ignored, while also including some high, mid, and low tier items. Let's cover a sticker, operation skin, case skin, and something unique. For the sticker, let's cover the Titan Hollow from Katowice 2015. With Kato 14 seeing big boosts and no slowdown in crafts this last year, Kato 15 has been the next target. With the Titan Hollow being one of the more expensive stickers even before Lunaris, it makes sense why the Kato 15 sticker would piggyback off of it. Not my favorite sticker, but whatever. And as of today, the lowest listing is $668. The price prior to the summer sale was last sold at $755. Even at that price, it is a 16% loss in 1 week. For the operation skin, sure, the high tier Broken Fang skins also saw a decent rise, but the Shattered Web collections really popped off. The factory new Gungnir peaked at $13,000, had a pretty sharp dip like the Titan Hollow shortly after. Before the sale, it last sold at $9,797, and currently the lowest listing is $8,340, a 17% loss at this point in time. There is a specific skin I usually use, which is the AK Redline in Field Tested. With the skin becoming more expensive, it may be time to change what I use. Basically, the Redline is a common skin to cash out with, universally liked, and cheap enough for most people to purchase. Because of this, when the market is doing good or bad, I generally find the Redline to be a good gauge. Buff doesn't represent this skin too well, so let's go to the Steam market. As you can see, earlier this month, the skin was $24 to $25 Canadian, and now sits just above $21. That would be right around a 14% decrease. Since the Redline has external factors like cashing out, let's choose another. M4A4 Neo Noir. Pretty fast moving skin, but high tier. Really not affected by the summer sale, just a slow decrease over the last month. This fits my belief about what's actually happening, but many other skins don't exactly match this trajectory, so it's probably an outlier. Unique items. This is a tough one to try and pick a specific item for. For unique stickers, they usually don't sell often enough, so the graph really doesn't tell a good story. For blue gems, Dopplers, and graphs, it's also hard to find a good representation of the general trend. Because of this, I'm just giving some general graphs and posts to give you a feel of how things are going. So now that we have a few examples out of the way, we should have a general feel of what's down horrendous, down bad, and barely touched. Feel free to go look at items you have yourself and see how they compare. I can't go through literally everything in the market, and there's surely going to be exceptions. Let's get to the juicy stuff though. Again, I believe the summer sale is mainly the catalyst, not the full story. First off, the prices were inflated. That's no surprise. If you're someone that started watching the market recently and decided to put money in because you see items tripling in price almost every day, that is not sustainable. This isn't the first time, and looking at previous instances where the market saw a large rise, the prices would eventually settle. The summer sale accelerated this process, making it seem like everything is crashing hard when the prices are really just returning to where they belong. Okay, that's wicked sick and cool and all that, but I feel like that's common information that most of you know already. It's time to get spicy. I think the current state of CS with cheaters, a dwindling pro scene, and free-to-play changes decreasing the player base alongside these other reasons has an effect whether you agree with it or not. CS will always have a hardcore player base that will stick through anything. Valorant being the biggest competition is like an enemy, and I doubt the people posting about how bad it is every day will switch anytime soon. Let's look at the casual player base though. You hear about CS and you hear about Valorant. You prefer the way CS looks and plays, so you start getting into the game. You download the free-to-play version and get in a hack versus hack lobby. Okay, bad game. So you queue another and you're in a full game of bots. Well, maybe free-to-play wasn't the play. Buy the game and hop into a deathmatch. There's really no introduction to the game showing you the ropes, so you get annihilated and search YouTube for ways to improve. After watching a few videos, now you have some CS content in your recommended page. Here you find videos talking about how the NA scene is dead. 2 more decent EU players have retired, and the player base has dropped 17% this month. I'm not here to say that CS is dead, because the game has honestly gone through worse. But the optics are terrible right now, and I think it's wearing on people. So if you ask me if the summer sale is the reason for the sharp dip in prices, I would say yes, but it's not the full story. Previously inflated prices that weren't sustainable and the perceived state of CS are factors that also played a part in the price drops. Mostly the insane prices, but I think the uncertainty has played a part. So is it a bad idea to invest now then? Unless you're someone who actually believes that CS is dying, some items are currently lower than what they were months ago, and I would expect the prices to climb relatively soon. Some have stabilized and some may continue to drop for some time, so you'll need to find the right time, but overall, it's a great time to buy. Valve will do the bare minimum to keep their money-making machine alive, and even though I wish they did more, I can't see them letting the game crumble. Make a decision that you feel comfortable with. Until next time.